I'm sure that Jens will just sit himself down, smile away as he always does, and just say, right, a few more of those, I'll be fine.
Yeah, that was a way better shot compared to the previous one. He knows, okay, if I just do this one, I probably go to win this match. And it's very important to get loose.
Yeah, guys heading for big trouble here, the way this is going.
Wow, this is a start you definitely don't want to have in this kind of matches. See his footwork. You see he nearly stopped there in the second last step. And he got too much pressure on the feet, so that's why he can't slide.
His body language is all wrong, Thomas. He almost just went up to the approach there and just said, well, let's see what happens here. There was no conviction in that shot whatsoever. He's just so uncomfortable out there at the approach, and again he's trying to find the angle and can't do it, and that's not going to make him feel any more cheerful.
That's true. I think Jens can go out there and just do a great shot again, and he's going to feel really that he is in the driving seat here and put even more pressure on Mr. Kaminsky.
Yeah, look at those first balls, 7, 6 and 7. Guys nowhere near it at the moment, and we saw it in warm-ups. He wasn't happy with his approach. That's carried on into the match, and in the context of a 2-game sprint like this, you can't be mucking about with slow starts. You've got to get going.
Oh, definitely. I mean, especially when you get closer and closer to the final round, the guys get better and better and get in good shape, so you know you cannot have these bad shots.
And Jens is lucky to get away with that, because he was out of the pocket there, and I thought he was going to leave himself a split.
That was a lucky break. He only left the 6-10. Normally you can get the 6-4 or a 6-4-7. You see, a little bit left of the target, and it's going to be way more back in reaction compared to the previous shot. And went high. So I think he's quite satisfied to get an 8 count here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a funny little start from Jens. He's got a couple of beautiful pocket hits, and we've had an open frame in the middle of it, and now a very unconvincing out-of-the-pocket shot. He should spare it okay, but Jens isn't exactly firing on all cylinders, and that's going to give Guy a chance. If Guy can work this out, he's not going to be too far out of touch.
Oh, that's true. Wow. Yeah. He was close to chop that one.
Yeah.
He's happy about that spare, that's true. I mean, we've seen Jens so many times here, and he was struggling nearly every single first game. Not in the previous match, he shot 250, but last year when he bowled there, he had one like 2-0, 180, 160, and then in the second game, he was starting to fire strike. It was unreal.
But amazingly, his lead is just 14 pins, and if Guy can just find a strike here, it's into single digits again. So even after this horrible start, Guy's got a real chance, and he doesn't get any luck with the 9, but at least he's in the pocket.
That was a better shot. We can see it in an approach. If you can get a spot of that, it could be perfect, because you can see he had a better timing. He didn't stop here. Now he had a better rhythm in the timing. You see?
That's why belief, isn't there? It's like, yeah, I've got this now.
It is. It's a combination of everything. You don't really feel comfortable with the line you have. You don't feel comfortable maybe with the approach, and you're starting there and you do some bad things in the approach, and you get paid for that.
Just about got that one. You're a lucky man, Guy, and good luck to you. But a start that you've had to be just 14 pins adrift, you're very fortunate.
Yeah, 14 pin is nothing. I mean, 20 pin, 30 pin is nothing in this kind of event. I mean, you can have some lucky breaks and your opponent starting to strike, and it's game on. So, like we ever said, some games turn up to 500, and the next match can be 350, 350. So, it ain't over until the fat lady sings.
Well, Jens has had strike open, strike spare, so he's due another strike. He's gone wide, and he's got the hook, but he doesn't get the strike. The 10 stood up.
Yeah, it was a little bit too wide, but it hit the pocket and it lost a little bit too much energy. That's why you have the weak 10 pin. So Jens he's really solid at the 4 line. That's quite amazing, because he told me he's going to have a knee operation on Wednesday. So he had some problem with his knee here in the previous year. So it's really great to see him stay still so long time at the 4 line and have a really solid swing.
The single pins in the corner. We always say this. They should be able to get them, but every once in a while something goes awry. Not there. That's about as good on a hit as you can imagine.
Looks like he was happy to make that spare. I don't know why. Like you said, it happened a lot of times we miss that one on TV.
They get missed. Jens has missed him. You've missed him.
Have I?
Once.
It's true. If something happens, you go up there, you have a 9 count, and sometimes if you just lose your concentration a little bit and you miss the pin, and that's so bad. You punish yourself when you go back and you go, oh, that's so bad to do that.
Guy looking for his first strike in the pocket. Well, again, he's left a single pin.
He left it for me. He went a little bit high in the pocket, but that was a good shot too. I mean, he's starting to get closer and closer now, and he started to read lane. You can see here again, a little bit better timing again, and the ball is swinging, and he's a strong player. He had a lot of reverence on the ball, and looks like he's using the ball is a little bit shiny, so you get a little more friction in the backhand. He had 2 of the same ball, and one is a little bit dull, so you get a little bit earlier hook, and now he's using this shiny one, so you get a little bit further down and more friction in the backhand.
Well, it's done its job. So he can't eat into that 14-pin deficit, but he won't be bothered about that. As you say, at the halfway point of this first game, Guy Kaminski has got away with an absolute shocker of a start. He's tucked into Jens Nichol's slipstream, but both these fellas are 2 slow-burning fireworks at the moment. You're wondering if the fuse is ever going to catch light. They're both capable of a lot more, but it's slow and steady so far. No firework explosions yet.
No, still there's many frames left. I mean, 5 frames left in this game, and we will see what's going to happen. If somebody of them going to run away or not. I mean, he can stay close. Looks like Guy Kaminski is starting to get in the game here, and Jens is playing pretty okay. Not good, but okay.
That was a scowl from Jens, and he'll be scowling when he sees the result of that as well. That's the shot of a fella that's fighting the lane.
This was happening with us most of the time. You can see here, last shot he had left a weak 10-pin. Now we tried to get a little bit more aggressive, and he get a little bit short. And what's happening is the ball hooking way earlier, and you're just not even close to hit the pocket. So you leave the 3-6-10. That's a difficult spare.
Guy had this spare to deal with, disposed of it very nicely, but it's very missable.
Yeah, what's happening most of the time is, like we saw Guy Kaminski's ball was hooking a little bit, and it went left of the 3-pin and the left pin. And next time you want to force a little bit more speed, and it probably can go straighter. So
yeah, Jens has done the job as well.
That was a perfect spare.
To Britta's relief.
So we still have here, Guy Kaminski can see that Jens Nicol is struggling a little bit, and he maybe think that, okay, I have 2 really good shots now. Go out there, do a really great shot, make a strike, put the pressure on.
Well, it's amazing, isn't it, that Guy hasn't had a strike. And look at Jens here, just taking a look at what's going on with Guy's ball. That's a sure sign of somebody that's not happy with the lane, and he'll take a look at that and say, well, at least it's not me struggling on my own. This lane is getting both of them.
Yeah, he tried to swing it a little bit further out to the right again, but it was too far away. And like you said earlier, if you hit the 5 or 6 board here, you can see it's a long way. He's trying to play deep inside and really, really long way. It's not even close to hit the head pin if you go too far out to the right.
This is another tough ask. And he's left 3 pins standing, low pin count, open frame. That's as bad as it gets. And 6 frames, 3 of them open, no strikes. He really is having a hard time.